This is a very real. I'm so glad we having this conversation too, bro, because it's like this is a very real conversation. Entrepreneurs don't talk about.
Yeah, they look
we just talk about the top line.
We make that's not me. I don't get excited about what we make. I want to get excited about
how much we kill.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. So tell everybody who's watching who you are, what you do.
All right, my name is Darais, aka BisKit. Everybody call me Biscuit, so
okay.
Call me Biscuit.
So you call you Biscuit?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I would like to say serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
I have 2 restaurants and I have a festival, large scale events company where now we're going around the country and doing R&B events.
Nice. So and how did you? So 2 minutes or less. How did you get to this point?
So I started throwing parties back when I was in high school. Went to college, kind of gave up on it. Came back, started throwing events, met a club owner, started getting into promotion in the nightlife. Made a little money, didn't like the nightlife and how I was doing. And I was thinking like, hey, how can I, make some money outside of just going to the club every day, every night. Me and a couple of my business partner, frat brothers, created the R&B Mimosa Festival because we went to the Mimosa Festival, but we seen it wasn't for our culture. So we added our culture to it. We ended up selling out 2,500 tickets in 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
And then we just started going from there. As I was doing that, I had the opportunity to open up a restaurant with my business partners. And I was looking at it like, okay, my restaurant can be my everyday money and my festival can be my seasonal money. So.
Got it. With the club promotion, you said you start, what club you start?
So I started with Odyssey.
Okay.
Odyssey Club or Lounge off West Marietta. And then what really got me put on was Opium nightclubs.
How old are you?
31.
Okay, yeah, so we probably, so we got a little distance. So when I was doing club promo, so those clubs are newer. And so like when I was doing club promo, I don't think them clubs was even around.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. I started promotion in 2020 in COVID because I was throwing events.
Yeah, so I was doing club promo. So when I was doing club promo, Club Miami.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
did,
we used to do Dancers Elite on North Side, so it was the opposite end of where so Edgewood turned into North Side. It turned into Marietta Street. So, but I was only on the other side. So, but anyway, all right, let's get to it. So,
all right.
BisKit, so if you walk away from this sit down, if you would say, okay, if I walk away with this will be ideal for me.
Okay.
So I know kind of where to.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to do with my restaurant, I'm trying to eliminate expenses where I can.
Okay.
Cut back where I can. My goal is to make it like an Applebee's.
Okay.
I want it to be the cultural Applebee's. So I'm thinking long-term scaling. You know how you see Applebee's in almost every community. That's kind of my goal with Happy Hour.
Everywhere.
And then with my festivals, I think my festivals are actually doing pretty good. So we can dive into it.
Okay.
But the festivals, the overhead is not as high.
But the biggest opportunity is the restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it. So I'm assuming I can pull up the website and see the menu.
Yeah.
What's your website?
www.happyhouratlanta.com.
So let's go www.
We can definitely work on our
Happy Hour.
Happy Hour Atlanta spelled out completely.com.
Cool. What probably would have been crazy if we would have did this at the restaurant.
Yeah, for sure.
That probably would have been crazy.
We got plenty of space.
Got it. So we probably have to do a part. So after we implement this, we'll do like a part 2, like double that Hayes will have. We'll do it at the spot.
Got you.
That would have been dope. All right, cool. Let's see what we got going on. So we come here.
Yeah, so we have our menu, our drink menu, and then at the bottom it shows you our deals that we do weekly. Which need to be updated.
Your biggest expense, would you say what's the big? I know you said the overhead is high. What would you say is the biggest expense?
My biggest expense would be my staff.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
What's down from staff?
Food and liquor.
Okay. And what's the? You get more profit margin on the food or the liquor?
Liquor for sure.
I thought so. Okay, cool. If we was to look at the menu. So I see in brunch you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 4.
Yeah, I tried to dumb down the menu as much as I could.
Is everything like cooked to order?
Yeah, everything cooked to
So y'all
order.
don't get like a lot of waste.
See, that's another thing. So we're implementing the way. We're so new because all right. Another backstory. We've been open maybe 2.5 months. We was open in 2023.
Yeah.
We was open for 8 months. Fell into a situation where we was subleasing from another guy.
Yeah.
And he got in legal trouble. We got kicked out one day. We was making a lot of money. Just so happened one day our stuff was outside.
Crazy.
We saved a lot of money to where we can go and build out another spots, which we are now. It took us a year to build out. We've been open like about 2.5 months, almost 3 months.
Okay.
We're doing good, but yeah, so this lead us to here. So the waste sheets and stuff like that, Jazz, my GM, and she's over our kitchen, we're implementing that now.
Okay.
So we're learning as we go.
Got it.
We really haven't implemented it, so I can't answer that question completely.
That's fair.
But we're starting to.
Let me ask you this. So what would you, if we was to look at just the food menu, if we was to look at if we look at like 80, 20, 90, 10 type rule, if we was to look at what are the items that generate 80% to 90% of the revenue?
I would say our pasta, because pasta is a low margin on pasta. It's cheap.
Okay.
And I would say our wings.
Pasta and wings.
Yeah.
Cool. That's 80 to 90% of the revenue. Cool. And then
What's expensive is our lamb chops.
the lamb chops are expensive.
Yeah.
Do y'all sell a lot of the lamb chops?
We do sell a lot of lamb chops, but we also have a deal that we do on our lamb chops. Is we do $3 lamb chops on Monday. So a box of lamb chops might cost $4.25. We go through a box of lamb chops on a Monday, but it's kind of like
You said $4.25.
$425.
$425, and you go through a box.
we'll go through a box on a Monday, maybe a box now. How many?
2.
Go through 2 boxes.
Depends. It's busy, it's slow season, but usually we go through 2, sometimes 2.5.
Got it.
Yeah.
And how much? So like, let's go to the whiteboard real quick. You're probably like, whoa, Marquel, slow down. If you're enjoying the show so far, you may be wondering, how do you actually become a guest? Now, this isn't a platform where anybody can just get on. You gotta be in a specific area of your business where we can really do a solid deep dive. If you wanna be a guest on an upcoming episode, all you gotta do is go to strategicscaleguest.com. strategicscaleguest.com. There is an application process, so go over there, answer a couple simple questions, watch the quick video that I have there, answer a couple simple questions, and if you meet the criteria, our team will reach out to you and we'll get it scheduled and we can figure out if you're gonna come to our office where we do a deep dive or we come to your office. So go ahead, strategicscaleguest.com. Let's get back into the show. So a box of lamb chops is $4.25.
And on average on Monday right now, see what's good about it is that at first, when we first opened up, we wasn't making any money on Mondays. We was probably making $1,200, you know. When we started doing the $3 lamb chops, we ended up going from like $1,200, $1,000, $800 to now we're making $5,400, $5,600 on a Monday. And it's hard to get people out on a Monday too, so that's why we was like, we can take an L on our lamb chops, but our drinks and hookah and all that is a regular price.
So if you do on a box of lamb chops on $4.25, how much you would make on each box?
Oh, nah, we don't make no money.
You don't make no money?
We lose a little bit. We probably about $30, $40 on each box.
But you make up on the drinks.
But we make up on the drinks, the hookah, and the sides. So the sides, it's a la carte. So
Got it.
yeah, you get the lamb chops, $3 lamb chops, but the sides are $6 a piece.
Got it. So if we made, let's say we made $5,400 on a Monday, how much money we make?
If we make $54, take out gratuity taxes, as me as an owner, what I'm walking with.
Well, let's look at how much the business make, and then we can even look at what you take on.
The business probably about 25.
Okay, so like a 50. Okay, so 25. So you take 25. And what was you gonna say as an owner?
Well, as an owner, we haven't took any money out because we still trying to, like I told you, we got
Grow the
upstairs. We trying to build
Do that
out.
up. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you pretty much getting a 2x on Monday. So it's cool. So you cool getting going into the red on the lamb chops.
Right.
To get butts in the seats because you're gonna make it on the other stuff.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, cool. So if we go back over here, all right. So and then you said staff. It's big as overhead.
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is normal. Do you feel like you're overstaffed?
No, I actually, well, I'm trying to cut back, but I know I can't cut back too much. So we've been making our cutbacks, but then it's like you can't trim the fat too much because then if it's busy, then what you gonna do? Like it's things that I gotta have. I gotta have security.
Yeah.
I'm on Edgewood, so I gotta have security guards. I gotta have a manager because I'm not gonna be there every day.
Yeah.
I gotta have kitchen staff. I gotta have a dishwasher.
Yeah.
Good thing about our servers and our bartenders, they are paid, the hourly rate they get paid for it, but they make everything off gratuity, automatic gratuity and tips.
Yeah.
So that money we don't account for.
Yeah.
But we don't also have to pay them hourly
Right.
that high. So
For sure.
The biggest thing is our managers, kitchen staff, and security, and DJs as well.
Cool. And then you said the second overhead is food.
Food and liquor.
Cool. And then, so if we look at your highest ROI is on the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, and is the expense meaning in terms of like the amount of food you got to pay for in terms of
Yeah.
just to stay stocked up?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So if we jump back over here on the site and we know pasta sells most, and we know lamb chops. What was the other thing you had mentioned? Something else?
Wings.
Wings. What's the percentage? Like, what about all the other stuff? Because that makes up. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we got like 25 items. Wait, no, 26, 27, 28, 29. We technically got like 29 items.
Well, our brunch is only Saturday and Sunday.
The brunch is on Saturday and Sunday.
So it's not, and then breakfast food is not expensive. So
Okay.
we make a good margin on our breakfast food.
Got it.
I would say, as far as our appetizers and stuff like that, egg rolls is a big hit. And I mean, we dumbed down our menu because our menu used to be huge. We dumbed it down so much.
So the menu used to be bigger than this?
When we first started, yeah. We had nachos, loaded fries, and stuff like that, but it didn't make sense because a lot of loaded fries, they sit in the window for a little bit, and they're gonna be soggy. They're gonna return. So
would you say the biggest opportunity is cutting menu stuff, or is it just driving more sales?
I don't know, cause I mean, like I said, we cut the menu. I think what we're doing, we're trying to give so many deals, and it's starting to bite us in the end. So
With all the deals.
Yeah. So like you said, she's told me run 2.5 boxes of lamb chops. Yeah, that's cool. We make good money on Monday, but we still got to stock up for the rest of the week for lamb chops. If we do a drink special, say we do $5 drinks on Tuesday, because Tuesday is our slowest day. Nobody really come out for tacos no more. So we try to do a $5 whatever, let's say tequila is in right now, a reposado, $5 reposado shot. Now that people going through 3 or 4 bottles, I'm not making no money on my.
You ain't making no money on that.
Yeah, so I'm getting the people in, but I'm not really making no money. So it's kind of like a give and take thing. Like I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to get people there without really killing myself on the back end.
Right. So when we get people there, are we able to all right, so let's say we fill the seats. So we fill the seats. That's what I'm thinking through, how do we make money though?
So this is another thing, this is how we make money. So during the week, on the weekend we make great numbers because the weekend, Friday and Saturday is crazy number. But what I've seen is our Friday and Saturday is starting to fund the rest of the business, and that's what I don't want. Right now, so of course the deals, they help us out, stuff like that. So what we end up seeing was a lot of people with happy hour deals or deals that we have, we bring in a cheap crowd. With bringing in the cheap crowd, they want to sit there forever. Say we do $5 hookah, they want to sit there and smoke the hookah the whole time, don't buy nothing else. So now we're coming up with ways and options where we got like on the center of the, we got our deals and whatever on the back of it to say, hey, you got 90 minutes from whenever your food comes.
Yeah.
So now we're flipping tables.
Got it.
But the thing is, I still trying to figure out a way to kind of, I guess it's get more people. I don't know.
So Fridays. So would you? So all right. So you said so Monday can do 5,400.
So Monday do probably average. Let's say 4,000.
Okay. And on Fridays, compared to a Friday or Saturday, is what?
Friday we probably do anywhere between 10 to 15. Saturday we do anywhere between about 10, 15.
Got it. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is what?
Tuesday we probably do maybe 800. Maybe some days we do 1,200. Wednesday we'll probably do about 4 or 5.
1,000?
Yeah, because of the hookah.
Okay. And then Thursday?
Thursday maybe about 2,500 at the most.
So about 80% of your revenue is Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: have y'all played around with the amount of days y'all open?
So we've been open 7 days a week because we do have the deals, and then we don't want to, like, Sunday is slow for us, but we didn't want to close on Sunday because of, you got the Super Bowl, well, you got football, sports like that, stuff like that, and we got brunch. But I'm not opposed to closing on certain days because I feel like we slow.
Because would y'all make more money if you was just open Friday and Saturday, Sunday? On your slow days, you still got to pay team, you still got to pay certain things and so forth and so on, right? Mm-hmm. So some money comes in, but you don't really make no money because the day is open. Would you make more money if you consolidated it and then you built the buzz around these 3 days? And then the deals.
I never really thought about it.
Never thought about that?
Yeah, because even though, like, if we was to open 3 days, it's like we built the brand name on our deals being in certain days. So, I'm not saying it couldn't be done. You can always remarket your business because, like I told you, we opened in 2022 when we was at another location, and we had the same deals. But also, groceries was cheaper then. So now it's kind of like now we got to remarket ourselves. Yep. And then another thing we seen was our deals, our happy hour deals. It's only Monday through Friday from 5 to 10. Well, 5. It was from 5 to 8. We extended it to 10 because a lot of people couldn't get our word. Yep. They missed the happy hour deal, so they don't come. Yep. So that's how we attract people in there. Yep. But I never really thought about just opening 3 days. Honestly, I have not.
Because and the reason I say that is because even if you could still do the same deals if you wanted to, but just on those 3 days. Because we still got the deals, we still got this, but it's these specific 3 days.
But you don't feel like there's cramming everything in one?
It depends on, because of course, marketing is just a story. It's just like, okay, what's the story and what's the narrative that we create around it? Like, why? Because like, let's say, for example, you did decide we're going to go 3 days. Then it's like, all right, what's the narrative we're going to craft around why we're doing it this particular way? Because we won't just be like, hey guys, we're changing in 3 days. And people are like, okay, what's going on? Then people can create their own narrative around why they're doing it. We don't want to do that. We want to create the narrative. So here's why we're shifting to 3 days, if we're going to go to 3 days.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just kind of thinking through because we know we spending money on 7 days a week. We know we make the majority of the money 3 days of the week. So if we could make, and then let's say we cut off whatever the expenses is to run the business Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that in my mind, just me thinking through it, it's without me just kind of seeing P&Ls and numbers and the day-to-day breakdown, all that type of stuff, that kind of points to all of that money going now to the bottom line. Does that make sense?
Yeah, nah, for sure.
So what's your thoughts? What you thinking?
I'm not opposed to it. I think actually it's a good idea, but at the same time, it's kind of like, so in my mind, just being there and noticing like the business, it's like, okay, we open 3, let's say even 4 days. Say we do Thursday to Friday, Sunday. We're open 4 days. I don't think we have enough capability as far as when you now you got to think about your delivery, you got to think about your food distributors and your liquor distributors. They don't work on the weekend. They don't deliver at a certain time, and then because we're not the biggest business, we get whatever number we get on the shipping of deliveries. Yep. So now I'm thinking like, okay, what happens if we do run out of, like you said, we do all the deals, we run out of 3 of the deals.
Yep.
Then what we gonna do? So then the logistics of it is kind of like.
So again, it's all around narrative. So it's like, hey, it's XYZ until it runs out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Right? So it's like, hey, we got dollar wings until they run out. So make sure you get there early because they go fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, if you want wings at $1, you need to get in here early because they're gonna go fast. Hey, what's up? Real quick, if you're watching this episode, which you clearly are, and you're like, okay, this is amazing. If you're a business owner right now watching this and you're making $30K to $100K per month at least, or you're making 1 million or 5 million and you're looking to get to 10, 15, 20 million and beyond, and you're like, how do I strategically scale my business without burning out and without sacrificing the thing that matters, all the things that matters? I actually put together a special bonus gift for podcast listeners only. So if you go to strategicscalegift.com, that's strategicscalegift.com. We're gonna hook you up with some tools, some strategies, some systems that you can apply into your business immediately to help you strategically scale your business without burning out so you can impact more people and scale to the $1 million business, to the $1 million mark and beyond. Go get that right now, strategicscalegift.com, and let's get back to the show.
What do you think about, so right now, Tuesdays and Thursdays are my slowest days, and Sundays, to be honest with you. I'm cool with closing on Sunday, to be real with you. We can do 12 to 5 brunch and call it a day.
Yep.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, what happen if we do like all our happy hour deals in one day?
Or let's say, so yeah, I'm tracking with you. So to be open on, how much it costs you to be open on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Cost me staff, security. Probably cost me about $500-600, maybe $700
to run the day. Okay, so $700
if I'm not cutting nobody.
Each day or
so Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is different because we're open longer.
Okay,
a longer time.
So Tuesday and Thursday, how much? So Tuesday to run the business, it costs you how much to run the business?
I'll say about anywhere between $600 to $700.
Okay, $700, and then Thursday it's gonna cost you another $700.
Thursday a little bit more because we're open at 1.
Okay.
So probably about let's say about $800 to $900.
Okay. So about $1,600 to run to those 2 days, times 4. So it's about $6,400 a month. And then let's just look at Tuesday and Thursday. So when you spend $6,400 to run the business those 2 days a month, how much you make on that?
Say that again.
So because it's right here, 700 plus 900, that's 1,600. That's for Tuesday and Thursday.
Right.
And this is times 4 because it's 4 weeks in a month. So we spend $6,400 to run the business those 2 days.
I got you.
How much we make?
How much we
as
make?
a result of spending that $6,400?
On a Tuesday we probably make anywhere between maybe $2,000. Thursday we probably make $3,500 average. So
35. You said 35.
Let's say $4,500 a week on those 2 days, and you times that by 4.
So it's at 16. What's that? 9,000, 18,000. So what do you think about that?
That ain't bad.
And this is it. So
now you break it down like that, is not bad. But me looking at it on the other end, I feel like my weekends is saving Thursday and Tuesday. But that's not bad when I break the number down. But that's also don't have my rent, water, and all that included in it either.
And it also doesn't. This also doesn't include like fulfillment, because like this $6,400 is just staff and lights and stuff like that. That don't cost. That don't cover like the food costs, liquor costs.
Yeah.
So to make this, so if we add in that on top of the $6,400, because like we make $18,000. We bring $18,000 in, but how much do we really make?
Yeah, how much? Yeah.
After we do food and all that type of thing.
We probably breaking even.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then if we really truly run the numbers and we like, all right, does it even make sense to be open those? I ain't saying it does or don't, but it's like, does it make sense to even be open them 2 days?
Right.
Or if we really double down and be like, okay, if we look at what's gonna drive us 80 to 90% of the revenue, what days, what food, what drinks, the specials, like how do we create a story around that?
I'm with you.
Does that make sense?
Nah, for sure.
Even you can even play around with some of the specials where it's like, hey, it's $1 wings until this time, or it's $3 lamb chops until this time, or it's XYZ until, kind of like the club. When we did the club, it's like, hey, it's free to get in before 11. After 11, it's gonna be XYZ. And everybody was lining up to get in there before 11.
Right.
But they knew that the club was like, we still gonna get the VIP. So first of all, we want the long line to make it look good.
Right, we're gonna hold the line.
We're gonna hold the line, exactly. And we know some people just gonna pay VIP.
Right, because they don't want to be in line.
Because they don't want to be in line, right? So we're gonna make money on that side, and then we're gonna hold the line, as long as possible as well, and then move it slowly.
Got you.
So again, we can just look at the 80, 20, and 90, 10 rule. It's like, where are our big maximization points?
Right.
Like with food, if we know that we holding some inventory longer, because longer we hold inventory, that's costing us money.
Right.
Running on the slow days, if it ain't feeding the busy days, that's costing us money. Right. And of course, with food and restaurants, like every bit count.
Yeah, for sure. Got you.
So what you think? What questions you got? What you thinking so far?
So I'm thinking that I definitely need to double down on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, even Sundays nights, because now that we do that, a lot of people look at what you make, They don't look at, like you said, the bottom line number. They don't look at how much your expense is and how much you're walking away with. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I'm following. Now, of course, I want everybody around me eat. That's what That's one of the reasons why I have my restaurant, because I see what they're doing to other people's lives. Like they're making good money. They ain't got to work as hard. They still enjoying their work. But at the end of the day, it's not why I got into the business.
Right.
So I definitely want to look into deep dive into Tuesdays and kind of see if I can play with it. If not, I'm not opposed to closing.
Yeah.
Because now that you're breaking it down all the way, you're not making no money. And now my Friday and Saturday got to cover for that, instead of Friday and Saturday just being Friday and Saturday.
Yep. And then your Friday and Saturday end up getting to the point where it don't make no money because it's feeding the other days. So now you just
like even when the days it was snowing and we couldn't open, it was that what made me like, oh, okay, we are dependent on Friday and Saturday, because we not open on Friday and Saturday. Then how I'm gonna make payroll? So.
Yep. Because even if you did, I don't know if you did, you probably have like a whole spreadsheet or whiteboard or however you do it. It like broke down. All right, Mondays, we spending this to run it. We making this top line. After all the numbers and everything spent, this where we land. After paying for food, after paying for liquor, after paying for this is in the third. Any waste or whatever, this is where we land in bottom line. Tuesday, this what that look like. Wednesday, this what that look like. Thursday, this what that look like. Friday, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so on. And then those numbers, especially as you look to, I know you say you want to expand in different communities. Are you looking to franchise as well, or those different communities be all owned by you?
Nah, so I definitely want to franchise.
Yep. So those metrics are going to become super valuable as you sell the franchise. Like, hey, here's our average numbers. Here's what we're looking like. Boom, 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 boom. That's going to be coming in super handy.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I got some work to do. I think the biggest thing, like you said, I got to dive into the numbers. I'm the numbers guy. My other partners, they more about like, I'm the numbers guy and the marketing guy.
Okay.
So they more of a like, if it's packed house, we're good. But that's not the truth.
No, it ain't the truth.
Because if we curving these prices for people, we ain't making no money.
You ain't making no money.
And then we got to pay our staff, regardless if we ain't made no money or not.
Yep. And we want to be stacking cash because we don't know what's going to happen. Like you said, snow, you can't predict the snow. Right. COVID happened. You can't predict COVID.
We got a fryer down in there right now in the kitchen.
You get what I'm saying? You can't predict that.
I got upstairs to build.
You can't predict it. So we want to be making sure we stacking cash.
Yeah. So.
Because even if you look at restaurants, they charge, what's our earnings per store, right? So it's like Chick-fil-A got a certain earnings per store. McDonald's got an average earnings per store, right? So like those metrics, and now you're like, all right, we know if we spend this amount this month, we know for every lamb chop that we sell for $1, that makes us $15. Yeah. Because we know on average they're gonna come in, they're gonna get a shot, they're gonna get
two sides.
They're gonna get two sides.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gave them a lamb chop for $3, but we made 30 on it.
Yeah.
Because of that. And when you know it like that, then you can really like, all right, here's how we dial this thing up.
Got you. Okay, cool. I'm going.
So now you like, hey, look, now you like, hey, for us to make X, Y, Z, we need to give away $103. We need to run through 10 boxes because we know these 10 boxes is gonna make us
just X amount of money.
100%.
I got you. Okay, cool. All right, I got you. I don't know if you want to jump into the festival lane.
What's your thoughts on this real quick?
Oh no, my thoughts. I just told you, man. Like it's more of like me diving in, creating a P&L. I have one. I kind of been slacking on it because I be wanting to do the marketing, and you know it's a lot. And the P&L, you got to be on it every day. You got all the numbers. But I think that's what the point I'm at. I gotta dive into these numbers. The fact that you just showing me this, which I know the numbers, I just haven't dove into them. So I think definitely diving into the numbers. Looking if it makes sense to be open those days, and then like you said, looking at the 3-day, 4-day possibility of just being open those days and how they look. So that's my homework for me. That's my action items.
I love it. What is what I was gonna say? Boom, 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 boom. I was about to ask you the marketing. How you do the marketing? Is y'all doing like IG or like what's y'all marketing strategy?
So marketing. I don't want to give up too much game. But, marketing. I mean, really, to be honest with you, man, it's the deals. Also, the people who own it. We all are. We all come from either the nightlife, or we all went to school. Some of us in fraternities. So we have a nice following and we never really, did nothing wrong to people. So a lot of people, come support.
Right.
I went to HBCU, so literally my school is there. One person is there every day.
Where you go?
I went to Albany State.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but marketing, just outside of people knowing us, but marketing, a lot of social media marketing. One of the biggest things that we do, we have an Eventbrite, and we collect data. Like Eventbrite ain't for us to really have like, oh, it's an Eventbrite, but Eventbrite get a lot of out of towners. So what we do is from our Eventbrite, we have our deals on there each day of the week. We collect that data. What is it? I can't think of the name. Where it's you collect data, basically emails, phone numbers, send out our deals. Monkey, what is it called? Chimp something. Mailchimp. There we go. And then
so y'all build an email list.
Yeah, but we haven't really used it yet though. And then I got the festivals too, so I got over.
Y'all got a text list too?
We haven't used it though.
Oh my goodness.
I got so much data of numbers, and I know data is the.
Y'all need to just hire me and bring me in, bro. And like y'all need to just hire me and bring me in, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But another thing I use so a lot of people kind of use like the radio.
Okay.
But radio is not in, and that's what a lot of owners don't understand. The younger generation, we all on our phone. Not even just the younger generation, even my mom.
Everybody.
She all on their phone. So how do I get you? How do I connect to a customer on their phone?
Are y'all doing TikTok and Instagram?
Yeah. So that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So what I use content creators.
Yep.
So I get they the new radio.
100%.
They commercials.
Yep.
So I get them to come in. They review the place. Once they hit the deals, they send it out. We get 100,000 views on that.
Yep.
2,300, sometimes 5,000 reshares.
Yep.
And we booming. So anytime like I feel like we're having a slow time or like we're in the slow months right now.
Yeah.
Summertime, I'm not worried about summertime right now. Because I know we're going to do what we do, especially when we get the rooftop. But when we slow and we at a point where I feel like, dang, we need help, I'll bring in a content creator and then boost us back up. But I'm also want to find a way where internally where we can do that, where we just stop kind of, using internal, sources. Yeah. So.
That makes sense. Cool. So you got some clear action steps.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Got it. I got them. Like definitely, like I said, diving in numbers. I got a P&L chart that I haven't really. I played around with it when we first opened, but you get to moving and running and being busy, and I think now we're kind of getting to the point where we trusting our managers. And I know Jazz, we like man, but we're actually starting to be hands off.
Good. That's good.
Like yesterday, I left at 7:00. I came in there probably 20 minutes.
Good.
Usually I'd be there all night.
Yeah.
But we're starting to be hands off, so now I can sit back and relax and just dive into the numbers part. So my action items are dive into the numbers, like I said, looking at those days, and then like you said, looking at possibility of opening 3-4 days a week.
Yep, for sure.
My question is, because I do payroll.
Okay.
So I think my biggest thing for them is trying to figure out, and I do the inventory for the kitchen, so I order all the food. So like I was just telling him, I saw last month we spent $20,000 on food.
Okay.
We do okay. Waste isn't too bad because we're getting on the chefs. We're bringing food in, bringing food out.
Are we picking up on the mic or what?
No, we're gonna have you repeat it. You want to pick it up?
Can we? That'd be great.
Give me 1 second.
I think it'd be great for the episode. It'd be good. We
Yeah,
gotta put you on camera. You don't want, we can at least the audio. I think the audio.
Yeah, she definitely know the kitchen number.
Because it's gonna be tough for me to like say everything over.
No, yeah. No, I got it.
All right, go ahead. You say y'all been down there how long?
We open. I wasn't even here when we opened. We opened a week after Thanksgiving.
Okay, this year.
Well, this past 2024. Yeah.
So y'all just opened.
We just opened. But I told you it was open. We was open in 2022 and 2023.
That's right, and then shut down and then reopen.
Reopen.
Got it.
We was open. It was like 8 months.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we been booming. We packed. Well, except our Tuesdays.
I gotta get down there.
Yeah.
I want to come when it ain't Pat though. When it ain't Pat.
Tuesdays.
Right. I need to come when it ain't Pat.
What today is? Thursday? Yeah, it's gonna be. It might be all right though. We started karaoke. We got a guy who got. Yeah. It ain't packed like how we used to. Like, our servers knowing like Monday, Wednesday, during the week, Monday, Wednesday, they want to work them days. Okay. They don't want to work Tuesday and Thursday.
Got it. Who I need to hit up when I pull up, or I just pull up and do like?
Me, it don't matter.
Okay. I need to come. I'm coming. No, we coming.
Before Bible study.
No, we. Yeah. You say after.
Or after.
Right. So yeah, I'm pulling up for sure.
Okay, so my question was, I do the inventory for the kitchen and I do payroll. So that's really my biggest thing, managing-wise for them. I've been doing it for a couple of years. So food-wise, we spent 19 in the month of January. But I see sales-wise, we made 64. But in the sales, it said we made 64,000 that month too. But we don't necessarily know if that's, it say food because we got it broken down where it say liquor, non-beverages, and everything else is dining. So we assume it's just food in there. But my payroll each month is $10,000.
No, each week.
Each week.
So it's 40,000 a month payroll.
Yeah. Payroll run between, when we had the snow days, we got it down to 7.
It was closed.
Right.
It was closed on one day. It was good. I was all excited, but I knew what it was.
Okay.
It's usually between 95 and at 10. Damn near 10. So trying to cut the kitchen down when we don't lose, I think is my biggest struggle because I'm the kitchen manager too. I'm a chef. So it's like, do I put myself more days in the kitchen, but then I cut my staff because I know how to run the line, but I manage the floor too some days. We have 3 managers. So it's hard, not to be in both places. I got a good kitchen staff that's solid, we prepping stuff. So it's like trying to find a way where we can cut costs, but don't hurt the kitchen because I don't want to cut the kitchen I cut it so many different ways for them. I be telling them, I be doing the numbers trying to figure out how to cut payroll kitchen because we got to break it down for service. If we don't pay them out that night, okay, their money is accounted for because we had the cash. So we pay them. Then we got host and barback. It's under one category, and then I got kitchen. Which kitchen run about between 23 and 26 a week. That's just chefs and dishwasher. And then the other part of the 10,000 payroll is servers, host, and barback.
So you're asking,
where do we cut it at?
Yeah, so it's because to your point, it's like, hey, if I cut the kitchen too much, then it's gonna slow down service, and now we can't turn the tables like we want to turn the tables. It's crazy. I think, to be honest with y'all, I think in terms of like where to cut the kitchen or what to make it more efficient, I think, Kev, man, I think it sounds like Biscuit, man. I think we're gonna have to do like a part 2 of this thing where we like come down there because I need to put like eyes on it. Because if I can put like eyes on it, then because right now I would just be speculating. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be doing y'all a service if I just gave you some speculative like cut it this way because I need to see like the whole setup.
I think we cut it so much. Well, we trim the fat a lot, and we can't. Like I told them, we got expenses that we just cannot cut. We cannot have one person in there cooking.
For sure,
we gotta have at least 2.
Because it's gonna slow everything down.
But I think the problem is, to be honest with you, make more money.
For sure, that could literally be the thing. That's why I said at the beginning it was like, hey, do we need to cut expenses or do we need to make more money? And I think that ties back and like really. So like for example, you said 64K from the 19K.
That was just in January.
That was just in January.
I just looked it up for sales for January, and I looked up my U.S. foods. Of all the money I spent on U.S. foods, it was 19 for food.
Cool. And then of the 64K, You said some of that is food and some of it is
I
liquor.
can show you.
I believe majority of it is food.
Nice food. Because our liquor, we made 86,000 in liquor.
Of the, so you made, so 64K was just food.
64K was just food.
Okay, cool. And then there was another
86,000 in liquor and 64,000 in food.
And then how much you spent for liquor then? Because you spent 19K on food.
I don't know. I can't give you that answer right now.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know what I spent on that, to be honest with you. And these net sales too.
Yeah, because if you like, hey, 64K on, we brought in 64K on food, plus another 80, what on liquor?
86 on liquor. We did 3,500 on non-alcoholic beverage, Coke, Sprites,
What was that,
waters.
3,500?
3,500, yeah. So I got a number right now. We at 154
For January.
for January.
Okay.
But my if I do my expenses, she looking at the kitchen. But if I do my expenses, each week we looking at about 25,000 a week on expenses. So that's 100,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I'm walking away with.
That's why when my man was like, I wish I got low expenses, you were like, must be nice.
It must be nice. So I'm walking away with 54,000 after I take out taxes, gratuity. But with that 54,000, I pay rent. Our rent is 12,000. So you take that out. Then you take out the bills. You got our water bills. Probably right now we got a plumbing issue, so we probably pay $1,000 a month on water.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else. Light bill probably about $500 a month.
Okay.
So, but then we're trying to save to build upstairs, and then we got a plumbing problem. So I have a plumber come out there probably once every 2 to 3 weeks, and he charged me $1,500 every time he come.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a bad boy.
So
All right, cool. So this is a very real, I'm so glad we having this conversation too, bro, because it's like, this is a very real conversation entrepreneurs don't talk about.
yeah, they look
We
at
just talk about the top line
we
revenue
make
number.
and that's not me. I don't get excited about what we make. I want to get excited about
How much we kept.
yeah.
It's like you like, hey, yeah, we brought in 150.
Man, I could take. Let me give you one best. Let me give you. I'm gonna give you from. This is me being real transparent. I know these boys gonna hate me for this, but hey, since we've been open, we opened, I think November. I think we opened November 25th to. What today's date is?
Today is the 9th. No, today's the 6th.
6. So we go to yesterday. We have made net. You want net or gross?
Net. We can do gross. Let's talk gross and let's.
Okay, we have made $435,311.
For?
$435,311.
In that sense.
That's gross. That's from November 25th to yesterday.
To yesterday.
Our gratuity. So if you want to take the net out of it, because then you got the taxes, you got to take the tips, taxes out. We are at 325. We at 325,000
Net.
net.
Okay.
That's without the bills, and I mean we ain't even talked about bills and all that. But that's our number. Like I said, if you look at it, hindsight, we're doing great. But when you go deep into it, we're not making no money.
Got it. So, yeah. So to answer Jazz's question is like, because it could be, I don't know, it could be like a efficiency thing, like just looking at the process and how the whole operation run, like how the kitchen run. Could it be more efficient? Does it need less people to be more efficient?
Yeah.
Right. Or is it more people to make up for some of the inefficiencies?
Yeah.
Right. And if we made it more efficient, what would that then look like?
I got a mindset of what that look like, but she not gonna agree with it. Having them cooks become dishwashers, because we really don't need a dishwasher. We need one, but we don't need just a
That in, but being in the chef, working in corporate businesses, as a chef standpoint, I understand as a business.
You grab the mic.
I understand as a business standpoint what he's saying. I agree, but as a chef standpoint, because I'm a chef, working at all these Noble, Four Seasons, Bragg Stadium, the cooks aren't washing dishes. You want me to cook 14 hours, then you want me to wash my own dishes. And what if we're busy? If we're busy as a cook and I'm on the line, I have to keep, because I'm running out of dishes. We're busy. I'm running out of dishes. So now you want me to go wash dishes, come back. Then we close an hour before. So then I have to stay even longer to wash, now I'm washing dishes. So it's as a cook mindset. I'm thinking I'm a chef, I'm frustrated because now I'm cooking and washing dishes. But as a manager standpoint, as a business owner, I totally get it from what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah, y'all can wash dishes too. Because I've worked in places where they make you wash dishes. So it's like, pull and pull.
That makes sense.
My only option is sometimes because I am the kitchen manager, but I make the most out of everybody as far as kitchen. So I do work some days in the kitchen, but when I work the floor, I manage on the floor, so I make sure the kitchen is straight with the bodies. Do I take myself off the floor and put myself more in the kitchen, and then let people go in the kitchen because I can run a line with just me and somebody else. But if I'm not in the kitchen, I need to at least put 3 people on there to be busy. Sometimes 4 on the weekend if I know we're going to be busy, because not everybody, they don't know how to run a line efficient enough or quick enough. They're good chefs, just but knowing how to, in big establishments like Noble, you got to expedite it, you got a lead chef, and everybody got a station. Yeah. We're not that big. My mindset is trying to give everybody a station. I got somebody on fry, I got somebody to plate up, I got somebody on wings, trying to give everybody a station. We're not there yet. Yeah. So I feel like sometimes when I'm scheduling the kitchen, I schedule like that to make sure everybody has a job.
Makes sense. How much is a dishwasher? How much you pay a dishwasher?
How much? 16.
16 what? An hour?
But we cut the dishwasher. So the dishwasher only works Mondays is our lamb chops. We busy on Mondays, Wednesdays for hookah, and then work the weekend, which is Friday, Saturday. We even cut it on Sunday.
Got it.
So we work 3 days a week.
We had to. I used to come in the kitchen. Don't get me wrong, I love our dishwasher because dishes ain't nobody want to do. That's a job nobody want to do. But as an owner, if I come in and you sitting down, like you chilling, like, hey bro, it's gonna make me ask questions like, what we doing? What we paying this for?
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. So I think I want to lay eyes on the whole operation.
Yeah, it's an operation, but I'm grateful. Like I don't want to make it seem like because it's a lot of places that's closing.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna wrap with. Like the biggest thing is like y'all doing great, especially like you said, y'all just reopened the doors, y'all killing it. It's just like some small adjustments, but it's like, but killing it.
I also think we're getting to that point too. Like we're trying to be hands off as owners because we were very hands on because of how we lost our other location and the money we put in, how we built, because we had to build out the location ourselves and we don't own the building. That's another thing. Yeah. So it's kind of like we're so hands on. That's our baby. Yeah. But we have to trust our managers, and I be hearing her like, hey, y'all gotta let me do me. Yeah. And I get it. Yeah. But I think now we're kind of getting to the way sheets. Cutting back on what's not working, even with the bar, like trying to understand, because every bartender, has ways of stealing. You just got to catch it. Yep. So I think it's right now trying to kind of figure out what those methods are, and like even now we're implementing a structure to our bar, like how to, count our liquor and stuff like that. So we're implementing it. Just I know that bottom line and diving into these numbers will help us a little bit more.
Cool. So action steps coming out of here. What you got?
Okay, yeah. So I got to create that P&L, which I haven't created. I got to be efficient with my P&L chart. I got to work on that Tuesday and Thursday for sure. Look at those numbers, see if it makes sense to be open. Consolidate and see if we just make sense to be open 3 or 4 days a week. That's what I got right now.
Good. Helpful. Cool. Let's get it.
I ain't want to talk about the festival because you're going to be like, man, you winning on that.
Yeah, y'all killing on the festival. I don't even want to talk about the festival. You killing on the festival already. You killing. I want to check the festivals out, though. Yeah. And we got to get to the restaurant. Part 2 definitely coming soon. So at the Strategic Scale Institute, it's designed specifically for business owners who are making $250,000 a year up to $1 million or more. We even have clients that are doing $2, $3, $4, $5 million a year who are looking to strategically scale their business without burnout, so they can actually work less hours and actually experience more profit and impact more people in a strategic, systemized way. If you want to know how we can actually work together, go to scalemadeeasy.com. Go to scalemadeeasy.com. Got a ton of free resources on that page, and you will see somewhere where you can actually click and schedule a strategic scale session so we can jump on the phone and talk about how we can potentially work together. So go to scalemadeeasy.com, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you soon. Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, you want to do two things. Number one, click below this video and go ahead and subscribe so you'll be the first person to know when we release new episodes. And number two, you want to click right here so you can check out the next episode. I know you're going to love that one as well. So go ahead and subscribe right now and then click right here to check out this next episode. See you in the future.